welcome back to my channel and welcome to Sierraween, a week where we are doing 7 makeup looks leading up to the 31st. If this is the first video you are seeing, please make sure to check out the other ones. Let me know what your thoughts are this year. Today we are doing him from the Powerpuff Girls and I'm a little nervous. Only because 1, I don't want to be stained red, and 2, I have to block out my brows. I know you guys don't know this about me, but this is my least favorite thing to ever do when it comes to like special effects stuff. So we're gonna block out the brows today. I did pick up a fresh Elmer's washable disappearing purple glue stick. It is brand spanking new. I needed to because let me show you guys what I was working with when I pulled out my glue stick this morning. Yeah. Where's the purple, you ask? I don't know either. So it said, we're not doing that. We're gonna get a brand new one. And apparently you can't just buy a singular one, so we have jumbo. So hopefully this will last me a couple years. Okay, so we're gonna do a little skin prep first because we are doing red. We're gonna do a little bit of hydrating. I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Pond's dry skin cream. This is gonna help to act as a barrier before we do the actual barrier spray. So let's just get this on here. I've been really scared to do this one. I don't know why. I think it's mainly because yeah, there's not a lot of wiggle room with it. You're red, so you have to make it look good. I still love watching the Powerpuff Girls, and I was always fascinated by how like sassy him was, so I'm excited for this. Let me know down below who your favorite Powerpuff Girl was because mine was definitely Buttercup. Okay, so I've not used this barrier spray by Maron before, so I don't know if it's gonna like break down the glue once we glue my brows, but this is supposed to help keep me not red. I'm really hoping that it works. I've got something I need to do tomorrow, and yeah, so let's just go ahead and so minty. I wasn't expecting that. Also love how I just have bronze just like right here but nowhere else. Off to a good start. So let's go ahead and take off this brow. Now when you glue down your brows, you want to make sure you don't have any product on your brows at all. So you want to make sure that they're clean and dry before going in with your first layer of glue. Now we're going to take our glue stick and we're going to literally rub all directions into the brow, and then we're gonna use a spoolie. I hope this is clean-ish. Oh, I hate how big this thing is. Now we're gonna just like start brushing everything up. You want these hairs to be as flat as possible, and then I literally just like go like this to flatten everything. So you'll do like a couple layers of this, but you'll want to make sure that it is completely dry in between layers. And then I just like to take a makeup wipe and just kind of like lightly tap the edges of where the glue is above the brow into your skin, just so it doesn't look super chunky right above where we're going to be blocking out the brows, and I feel like it just makes it look so much more seamless. I like to use a little fan to like help it dry. It also helps that I have like 9 eyebrow hairs, so I don't have to do a ton of layers, but if you have thicker brows, you'll want to definitely do enough layers to where all the hairs are just like slicked down. So now that that's dry, I'm just gonna go in upward strokes now instead of like doing this motion, because now we're just trying to get our hairs to lie completely flat. Again, I'll just do my finger to smooth it down. So I'm gonna do a couple more layers and I'll come back when I have both brows done so that we can conceal. When your brows are shiny and you touch them and you can't feel individual hairs, you know you've done enough layers. I like to go in with a powder first before fully like concealing, and I just press it into the brows to kind of fill any little areas. So I'm just using a translucent powder, and that's already helping us out a little bit, you know what I mean? Now, I am not a pro at blocking my brows by any means, so, you know, maybe look up other creators for this portion. They might turn out okay. They're looking pretty good, actually, but I'm not the be all end all. Here's where you could color correct if you want to. You could use like an orange concealer to kind of like help mask that eyebrow hair, but since mine are pretty sparse, I just usually go in with a heavy concealer. This one is the e.l.f. Camo, and it's just like really opaque and thick, so it's really good for this. And I just start to blend that out. It's doing what it needs to do. Once you have successfully reached this level, I'm just going back in with a little bit more powder just to set this so that it doesn't move a ton when we start to do our cream products in just a second. I love makeup. Like, what are you talking about? We can just do this on a casual Friday afternoon. Like, hello? I love it. So we're just gonna use this Mehron cream blend stick. It is red. I'm very excited. And I'm going in with a brand new makeup sponge because I don't want to ruin one of my good ones. This feels like a safe area to start because the ruffles are gonna cover this entire area. So really I just need to do where I clearly just bronze when I go out at night too. So let's go. Oh, that is so creamy. I mean, it's called a cream blend stick, so it makes sense. Holy moly. Okay. Wow. That's kind of amazing. This is so good, but I'm so scared that I'm gonna be stained. Do you guys see how opaque that is? I love Mehron. I'm not sponsored by them in the slightest, but I love me some Mehron. I might also put on gloves here in a minute because I don't want to get my like white nails red. So it seems that I can get away with just using a dry sponge. So what I'm gonna do is just do my chest just so that everything is like blended, but I don't need to like go crazy with it because it's gonna be covered, but for the video it will make sense. I'm genuinely blown away. Like, this is crazy. Water activated paint could never. Wow. Okay. I am fearful that it's gonna stain though because it's kind of stained my nails pink a little. I'm gonna grab a glove so that I can do the face, but this is actually looking really good and I did that in like 2 seconds flat, which is amazing. Right, okay, so I have a bunch of these little triangular puffs. I am just, again, testing. I'm gonna use the Mehron Color Set Powder just so that this doesn't like move around a lot. Wish I had a bigger, fluffier thing, but this is what we got. I'm also doing a TikTok reel situation, so I'm gonna do like some on my face just for that, but just know when I come back and I have that, that's why, but we'll do the rest of the face here in just a second. So I'm just going to, yeah, really just cover my entire face red. Oh, I want to get in the nose too. That'll be fun to get back out, but we gotta do it. It's so weird seeing the color red in my peripheral. We gotta get the ears too because we're gonna be wearing fake ears. Again, can't wait to get that back out. I'm just gonna do my lips because it looks very odd without my lips done. I know they will be darker later, but I'm scared. So I'm just packing it onto this sponge and just going for it. This looks absolutely crazy. I'm just gonna put a little under here because I think I want to go in with some white just to give it almost more of a pink shade underneath as like a highlight. Wow. Okay, I'm really red. So now I'm gonna use the white one. I'm trying to see if I want to use a brush. I just remembered I have tiny little sponges. I'm trying to avoid everything getting covered in red paint. I feel like I'm gonna be unsuccessful. So yeah, we've got this little tiny thing. What do we think? Because I can't just be straight red. I mean, I guess he is, but I don't want to be straight red. Like just a little highlight. That's kind of cute, right? I forgot he has pink cheeks, so we're just gonna kind of mute this just a little bit. But I do like having a little something underneath. We don't want the face to like just be flat, right? So I think that this will be a good way to avoid that happening. Perfect. Gorgeous. Never looked better in my life. Okay, let's take a break from all of the red paint. I've seen so many people do so many different creative things with him. I want to try and keep it pretty similar to the show. So what I'm thinking is we'll do the little widow's peak next. And then once I'm like in full costume, I'll probably drag that paint into my hair and just like tuck my hair back because he does have dark hair. So let's do a widow's peak. He's got a pretty drastic widow's peak. So I'm gonna go in with my Maron palette, and this is a water activated paint palette, and I'm just gonna go in with my black and just start like sketching. I don't even know where the freaking center of my forehead is. Okay, hang on. And if it's off center, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I really truly don't want to know. Alright, so I'm just gonna fill that in. I might tweak it, and then we get to do like the brows and everything after this. Oh yeah, we should definitely fill in the sides too. Whoa. Jump scare. To my ears. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is hilarious. I should just fill in my cul-de-sacs like this every single day and just like have it looking nice. The shower later is gonna hit so hard. I can't freaking wait. So I brought it down just a little further because I realized that his eyebrows are up kind of high, so I wanted to make sure that we had room for them. But also my eyes are not as big as his, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do his like cartoony brows, which will start like right below here and kind of go up through there. I can't make my eyes any bigger, you guys. So what I'm thinking is we'll do a little creative liberty on the eyelids. I see why people do that now. And then we'll do like a liner and create his little cartoony lashes. And hopefully that'll suffice. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna do one brow on camera, and then I'm gonna have to focus on the other one. Because knowing me, I'm scared. That's hilarious. I could probably even bring this down a little further, and I might. That's good. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna do the other one. I'll be right back. I'm trying not to spiral because these brows are so uneven. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, wait. Do I think I can clean it up with red? I don't know. I'm scared. That didn't work. That didn't work. Okay. Okay, they're not bad. Okay, so I just need to clean them up with water. Water, I think. Like how I'm starting to sweat, and you can tell. You can tell by my neck. We're getting somewhere, sort of, kind of. Not really. I don't know why I do this to myself with like cartoons. I'm like, I can make myself look like a cartoon. Girl, if you don't sit down and shut up. I'm gonna take my sponge from earlier. And we need something more streamlined. I'm having so much fun. We'll just do little tiny strokes. All that, and we just made the brows even more uneven. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go in with this tiny brush, because maybe that's what the problem is. I'm really sweating. Did I basically just make the brows the same again? Maybe. Are we gonna go with it? I think we might. Is this some of my best work today? No. Are we having fun? Still debatable. This is what we're working with so far. Maybe we just need to thicken up the brows. I'm gonna do this off camera. I'm actually stressed. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with some of the white because I think what I want to do is like I'm losing my eyes a little bit and I want to just add like a little bit of like pinkish tones into it. I'm liking a little bit of the lightness on the lid. Yeah. So we'll give the illusion that our eyes are a little bit bigger than they are. My poor nails are really taking a beating on this one. I am kind of bringing it up over top of my natural brows to act like the lid of my eyes. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. And he also has like these like perfectly little round things of blush. So let's go ahead and do that. They're like perfect. I am gonna powder in just a second. I just want to make sure we get all of this kind of in place. Okay, now it's really starting to come together. Thank God. I was so scared, you guys. I almost quit. I almost gave up on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going back and forth until I'm happy with how blurred the edges are, because we want them to still be soft, even though it's like basically like cartoon clown blush. You want it to still be soft, okay? But since my eyelids are kind of oily, that I need to go ahead and get some powder on those so that I don't get creasing. We're gonna go back in with our color set powder. And I'm kind of just like tapping on my hand too, so that I'm not getting like a ton of freaking powder everywhere. But I think while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and just powder the rest of my face, because we are gonna add like his little like goatee hair, but that can be after it's powdered. This is gonna take away all that shine, especially like right here, so you can actually see some freaking details. Gorge. Okay, I felt like our little cheeks were getting like melted in too much to the under eye that I did. So I'm just going over a little bit more with red, just so the cheeks can have their moment to shine, literally. But I like that we have the light on top, so it kind of keeps that balance kind of nicely throughout. Now that we're powdered, I'm gonna go a little bit more in with some of the white, just because I want it to be very obvious that we have these little blush spots. So we're gonna go in with the NYX Epic Wear liquid liner. I'm just gonna do like more an exaggerated liner off the side and do like the little cartoon lashes. I think he only has like 3. Yeah, it's only 3. I still look super shiny. It's like funny because in the mirror I don't look super shiny, but on camera I do. Crazy what I've just done. I'll probably mess with those a little bit more, but we're looking so him. Okay, and honestly, since we still have this out, let's go ahead and just do our little goatee with this. This is hilarious. Okay, gorgeous. Now we just need to do our lips. So I'm gonna go in with a black pencil first and just kind of like outline my lips, and then we'll just like fill them in, and then I'll put on the finishing touches and we'll see the final result. Actually, I almost forgot that I wanted to line my waterline with black. Yeah. Oh, every time I do this, my eyes like start watering, so I hope that's not gonna be the case today. Also think I'm gonna add like some bigger lashes to the ends. I know we drew some on, but I think I'm gonna add like some bigger lashes too. But we'll do that in a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do our lips. That one side always works with you and the other side works against you. I have a crooked smile, so they'll never be perfect. I didn't bother taking my clusters off because I was like, I'm gonna probably just add to them, and I think that is exactly what we're gonna do. So I've got these clusters from Amazon that are kind of long. So we're gonna be working with some of these down here. I'm just using Falscara bonding glue. And I'm just putting those right on top. Yeah, so it's helping to make it a little bit thicker of a lash. I'm feeling so sassy with these lashes and everything on. So I'm just gonna hit those with some mascara. And yeah, I feel like that's really fun. So I'm gonna get everything on. Wish me luck with putting, you know, the floofiness on. Gotta get this back because I've got my ears I want to put on. Wait, we're gonna pop it off with this. And put on the best part. I really am him. This is so freaking funny. We kind of panicked a little bit here and there, right? But in the end, I actually loved how this turned out. So I'm choking slightly, so I'm gonna do this outro really quick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Halloween. I appreciate each and every single one of you for watching. This was a little chaotic, but boy, did we pull it off. I love it so much. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.